what's going on, guys? Welcome to the second video in the Shreddy Roosevelt Shreducational system. I, of course, am Shreddy Roosevelt. What you have on your screen is the Shreddy Roosevelt Shreducational Fretboard Visualizer, which you should remember from last time. And today we're going to be talking about chord progressions and triads. So before you can talk about what a triad is, let's discuss what a dyad is. A dyad is when you take a single note like this, which is a G note in the 5th position on the D string. That's the string that I'm on. And let's say we just go ahead and play like a power chord, like add a 5th to it. So play the 5th on the in the 7th position here on the string below, the G string. It's a dyad. Dyads are useful. You're playing something cool like this. Throw a little dyad in there. Also known as a double stop. But anyway, so a a triad, as you can guess from the name, is 3 notes. Triads, as we touched on a little bit last time, are built on major and minor thirds. So what I'm going to do now is put a new graphic here on your screen. As you can tell, I was, of course, the talented artist that developed this. It is groundbreaking technology, and I expect to get very wealthy from designs such as this. Anyway, so in bold, it looks like you're at an optometrist. In bold at the top of your screen is letters G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and again G. Those are the notes of the G major scale. Now, if you look, descending from the top bolded letter going down to the bottom of the screen, you'll see that, for instance, the first note, G, goes G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Then the next one is the exact same notes, but starting on the A note. So it goes A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, and so on and so forth. At the top, I have the words major or minor and one word that says diminished. And then you have some Roman numerals. Some of those are lowercase. Some of those are not lowercase. So pretty much, guys, this is playing guitar and music in music theory. You can add different notes. You can do different intervals. You can do any number of different things. But at its core, this is pretty much all that there is. So the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that you have here on your screen, that's just the order of the notes going up and down, and you can refer to those as scale degrees. Okay, so let's look at the first one. It's G, then the first note in red is B, that's the 3rd scale degree, and then we have D, that's the 5th scale degree. So that would look something like this, which is the top 3 notes of the G major scale, which you can also, go ahead and remove this, you can see here, see, G, B, D, and that you can play this in a few different ways, say here. Okay. So the next thing that we have is A, C, and E. Okay, so that. Okay, so those two are very different. And the difference is the ordering of the major and minor thirds. So if you notice here, going from G to B, there's not an extra space between them like there is, say, from A to C. So this here, this shape, that's a major third shape. It's a major third dyad. Okay, now this shape here, with a space between it, when you go to the next string down, that is a minor third. You build major and minor chords by putting either, in a major chords case, a major third and then a minor third, like this. See, this here is a minor third, but it sits below the G root note, makes it a major chord. Whereas, say, go here, it's a minor third. And here, you can see that there's a major third below it, a C major third. But with the minor third on top of it, that makes a minor chord. So the only one of these that is not a major or minor chord is the 7th scale degree chord, which is a diminished minor chord. So as you can see, if you start here on the F sharp and you play the A, you're going to miss the next note, which is a C. So what you can do is just play that here. You could also go. That's not a very good sounding chord, but it's just important to know. Let's go back to this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play each of these chords. I'm going to start with G, and I'm going to go through them. And I'm going to play all notes of this chord progression. Normally a chord progression would be something like, say, G, and then going here and playing, say, like a C, which would be a 4th major, and then a D. But I'm going to play all of these, and I think that's going to really help you get a feel for how the chord progression works. So let's start with G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor. Okay, here it comes. We're going to play it, our first diminished chord. And then we'll resolve on G. So this here is just pretty much it, guys. From here, you can do a bunch of different things. As stated, you can write a chord progression. You could say, hey guys, this song is in the key of G, okay? And we're gonna play a G, and then we're gonna go to the 6th scale degree, do E minor, and then we're gonna go to the 4th, and then the 5th, and then go back to the G major. And that would be your song, and you guys could sit down and jam on that thing. Notice I'm not very good at following my own structure. Anyway, the other thing you can do is cadences. For example, let's say that you've been playing a song and the song goes, say again, G, E, C, D, and you want to resolve it, you can do cadence. Say like a really common one is going to the 5th and then going back to the tonic. So look here at the chord chart, and you would say resolve this by playing another D, and then going to the G. And then you could return to the coda, or go to a new melody, new song, what have you. The world is your oyster, but you can see that these basics can really get you a long way. So let me get this out of the way. What can you guys, practice from here? What I would do is first just experiment with some of these chords. Just try different progressions. Learn if you're working in a different key, use it in that key. It's all the same. You just can write out, as I showed you, the notes of the scale, this horizontally, and then vertically in each of the columns, and that will make your scale degrees. Eventually we're going to cover chords that are not very basic triads. The other thing you can do is just actually draw your own fretboard instead of using a visualization tool. Just test your own memory and see if there's any glitches in your memory, any hiccups, and address those. I certainly had those issues, and I probably still have them now, and that's why I'm not very good. And then what I would say too is to practice the chords in all areas. So don't just play bar chords for everything. Don't play standard block chords. Use the triads to really help you learn how to play some different shapes. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to have the link in the descriptions, as always, to the visualizer. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the material, and I look forward to the next video with you guys. Thanks again.